What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great one today. As always, if you want to save 10% off your next Hot Toys purchase through Sideshow Collectibles, feel free to steal that code for me. Today we are taking a look at this fella, the great Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. This is one of the newer ThreeZero figures that they've released. I absolutely love their Naruto figures, so I really couldn't wait to get this one, even though I kind of hate Sasuke. Also, there was a small little issue I had with the figure, which we'll get to at some point. You might be able to tell just from the cover art of the box. For those wondering, that's how they look side by side, just in case you are an inbox collector. And then the sides of the boxes line up like that. Now, one interesting thing is the Sasuke one actually notes that it's a ThreeZero figure, which you don't on the Naruto one. Honestly, not too sure why they did that, but I digress. I did actually already open this guy up just to get him out of the box, make things a little quicker. Also, I had a couple issues that I ranted about for longer than I wanted, but that should make things a little bit simpler. So here he is in all of his glory. You get a ton of different accessories with them. Some of them are really cool, some of them not so much. Honestly, with the Sasuke, I was less in love with the accessories that you get than I was with the Naruto, and we'll kind of get to that in just a moment. As for the actual figure, he is amazing and adorable. There you go. The outfit, much like the Naruto one, really doesn't hinder his movement or flexibility at all. You can get him in a ton of different poses. I don't really think you're going to have any issues with creasing over the long run. You might just need to play around with it a little bit. This part of the collar is wired, so that's kind of handy there. And really, they just kind of absolutely crushed everything about him in this one. Does have the double jointed knees, also double jointed elbows. Clearly you can see the articulation points. There's not really a way around it with something like this. And honestly, I don't mind. He was pretty big as a taijutsu user at this age, so you're going to want him doing some crazy poses, kicks, and all of that other good stuff. They did do a really good job with the wrapping on his feet. This area right here, I know it's kind of weird to say, but if you're wondering if you should get the Kakashi from Rocket Toys or get the ThreeZero one, this part's going to be kind of important. Now, I'll show you a little later what I mean. Same with that pouch also. One kind of outfit complaint I did have is this pouch here, I am almost positive is for his kunai, which unfortunately it doesn't open and you can't actually put the kunai in there. So I was a little sad there. You can use his pockets in case you wanted to put his hands in his pockets. And they actually gave him arm warmers, which, to be honest, I was kind of worried they were just going to cheap out and wrap them like that. So I'm smart they did their due diligence in that regard. Now, one thing that I had a lot of trouble with earlier, also if you're wondering, he's got an ab crunch, you get a bunch of different head sculpts. It's kind of tricky to change them. You have to sort of tilt his head. I'm going to hopefully do this. Probably will fail. Yep, I failed. You tilt his head back and slide his face down, and then you can put one of the new ones in there. I got it out once. It was harder than I thought it would be. Put it back into place. And yeah, I'll just kind of play around with that a little bit later. You can sit there for the moment. As for the extra faces that you do get, they're both awesome. Both of them have the active Sharingan, which is nice. One of them, unfortunately the one that's being rude. Gammon. There we go. The smug Sasuke look, as I like to call it. There you go. That's the one that I'm going to be using. I think that head face sculpt is really just amazing and spot on, and really kind of encapsulates Sasuke's personality, especially at that age in the show. So I just quite loved that one. And then you get Angry Sharingan as well, in case you want him beating somebody up or about to. That'll be the face you use. Both of these I actually like more than the standard one, so I will be swapping them out. Probably going to be sticking with Smug for most of the time. You do get some pretty cool hands, some very basic ones, and then they included this, which just made me happy. This is the snake seal that he does for almost all of his jutsus, and it would be very difficult to actually pose that, so super happy that they included a little combo set there. It's a simple thing, but it went a long way for me. And then you also get this sort of bizarro hand here, which is supposed to hold his massive shuriken. I haven't figured out a way how to actually do that. To me, it's more like the when he does the Gokaku no Jutsu and spits his giant fireball. I feel like that's kind of a better hand for that. So I might end up just using that and kind of posing him that way. Haven't quite decided there. You do get the staple with all six skill Naruto figures. You get 2 kunai. They are plastic, they are pointy, they are very, very sharp. Surprisingly, these are the sharpest ones that I've gotten. They're all a little different, it seems, from each of the different lines. But holy cow, those are definitely pokey. And now we're going to go real quickly to the ones that I was not overly impressed with. First off is this giant shuriken. I forget what they actually call it, but I have no idea how he's supposed to hold this thing. I mean, obviously he would grab it by that, but there's not really any hands that will be able to hold on to that too well. The blades are too big to slide it down. I just really haven't quite figured it out. So that's going to take a little effort for me to figure out how he's actually going to grab that thing. I may end up just kind of cheating if I ever use it, and like put his arm through there, put the wrist peg in, and then just hide that behind his head so you can't really tell what he's doing. If he's reaching back, you can kind of cheat it to where it won't look too bizarre. At least that's sort of what I'm thinking. And then we get to my least favorite accessory. So you get a Chidori effect with them. I really wish they gave him a fireball, but this is me being overly petty. And this was kind of my issue with the figure. So I might be wrong on my Naruto lore. It's been a long time since I've watched the original series, but to the best of my knowledge, he doesn't actually use the Chidori in that outfit. He debuts it against Gaara, and at that point he had switched to his little black onesie. I know when he does the curse seal transformation with Orochimaru, where he's got the giant wings that are hands, he does have the blue outfit at that point, and that came after the Gaara fight, so it's possible he switched back to blue briefly and might have done it during then, like right at the start of his first battle with Naruto. It's certainly possible, but for the most part, when he started doing the Chidori at this size, he was in that little black onesie. So I kind of wish he would have the different outfit. Again, super petty. And if you were going for like the showdown of him and Naruto at the end of early Naruto, probably better that you have him in this outfit. It's certainly a little bit more classic and kind of iconic of a Sasuke look. And I do want to grab the Rocket Toys Kakashi real quickly. So the Rocket Toys, come here, buddy. So this figure's amazing. I will say that often. It is very, very well done. But it's very expensive. And a lot of people that are getting the ThreeZero line, especially folks that I've seen online, there's a lot of wonder if they should invest in the Rocket Toys one or get the ThreeZero one. I'm going to recommend if you're collecting the ThreeZero line, you get the ThreeZero Kakashi. You save a couple $100. And one of the big reasons is the feet. Specifically these little wraps. If you just look at the color difference, the way they look, and then even Kakashi's feet, like his toes are painted. So like quality-wise, I feel like Rocket's a lot better in the paint department. And I think the wraps are better in a lot of ways, but they certainly don't match up with those. Not to say the ThreeZero ones are bad, but I think if you had them, all posed up together, it'd be noticeably different. I mean, even if you look at their pouches, kind of little things like that to where I think you would just notice one figure is definitely different than the others. And at the cost point, I think you are way better off saving the few $100 and going the ThreeZero route. That being said, Rocket Toys one is amazing. I'm happy to have it. I'll be happy to get the ThreeZero one as well. But between the two, this guy I'm going to pose more with Rocket Toys stuff, maybe the Zen Creations Naruto. This guy's going to go with the younger Team 7 when that's all put together. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much as always. We'll see you next time.